What a night in UEFA Champions League for Victor Osimhen, becoming a big man over there in Europe. Welcome you on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV, Adeni G-Shafe. We'll be running through all those stories as we'll be giving you more concerning sports. We'll be starting with Nigerian man. That's the biggest man when it comes to table tennis in Africa right now. The first one that has to do with table tennis. 2023 World Table Tennis Singapore Smash. Aruna Quadri beat Harimoto to reach quarterfinals. They've met 4 times. The 4th time they are meeting, and right now the man from Nigeria, Aruna Quadri, finally shake off the young man from Japan, Tomikazu Harimoto, who has actually defeated him 3 times. But good one for the fact that he has qualified for the quarterfinals of this particular competition. It has been a thorn in the flesh of Aruna Quadri, and right now Aruna has finally done it by defeating the Japanese Hamikazu there. Well, it ended 3-0 in favor of Nigeria, that he won 11-7, 11-7, and also 11-13. Good one for Aruna Quadri. And as we have that particular story, I have in the studio, gentlemen, from my side is Chris Onokwe. Good to have you.
It's good to be here. A wonderful studio. I've been to so many TV stations in Abuja. This one is wow.
Okay, good one there.
I'm surprised. I don't want to use again.
That's a nice one there. Jide, I'm sure. Good to have you on the show.
Good to be here. Good morning.
Okay, we just saw there our old man. That's Aruna Quadri, shaking off the 19-year-old player who has actually been a thorn in the flesh. They've met 4 times now, but finally he has been able to shake him off.
No, it's good news for Aruna because this guy has been, like you said, a thorn in his flesh for over many years, for a very long time now, always defeating Aruna Quadri. Yes, Aruna Quadri is an old man, but then this young boy, this Japanese, he has this, he just had this grip over Aruna for a very long time. And finally, probably Aruna has got to pray, he had practiced, he had done everything he could do. Say, no, this trend has to end, and to God be the glory. It ended.
Like the way we say in Nigeria, today, not today.
Today, this young boy cannot keep
beating me like this.
I'm Africa best, I'm number 1 in Africa, and yet one 19-year-old boy is, tossing me up
and down.
So I just said today, not today. This morning, no. I have to defeat this boy, and like I said, to God be the glory. He won.
Good one there, Chris.
That today, not today, reminds me of when we play Cameroon. Okocha was doing like this. Today, we must die here. I remember just the same thing. Before then, Cameroon has been defeating Super Eagles, and that very day they say today we must win this game, and they actually won. And back to Aruna, I think there's a proverb that says, "What an elder see down." When you see down, and what he sees a young man cannot see. I've forgotten the way they put it. That was actually what happened. Aruna has proven to the whole world that yes, he has the experience. He's a senior man when it comes to tennis. Though you've been winning me, but I will teach you that I'm an elder. And that was what happened. It's a good one for Aruna. And I want to also quickly say that the transition between Toriola and Aruna was a fantastic one. Toriola dominated for a very long time before Aruna took over, and that is what we should be expecting in other sports. But we are not doing it. And kudos to Aruna. He has made us proud.
Kudos to Aruna Quadri for the fact that he made a lot of Nigerians proud right now. In fact, not only Nigeria, but Africa, for being able to qualify for the WTT, that is World Table Tennis Singapore Smash, taking place in Singapore there, defeating a thorn in the flesh 19-year-old Tomikazu Harimoto. Finally, the African #1 has done it, and he has qualified for the quarterfinals. Hopefully, he will be able to win that particular game by the time it comes up. We're wishing him all the best from the studio. Now, quickly, let's talk about the NBA. Yes, a lot of games were played earlier today. We'll be looking at NBA as we look at the top performers, where Sabonis played for Sacramento Kings. He scored 14 points in that game, and you have he actually has 17 rebounds, 10 assists. DeBrozan for Chicago Bulls for 33 points. You have Reeves of Los Angeles Lakers, Porter for Houston Rockets. They both scored 27 points. 7 assists, 9 rebounds, and 6 also there. Well, for Brown and Edward, those two players for Boston Celtic and Minnesota Timberwolves, it was 35 points for Brown, where he got 10 rebounds, while Edward actually got 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's talking about the NBA top performers. For Dallas Mavericks, Wood did well, getting 28 points as he scored, and he got 13 rebounds there. While Johnson for San Antonio Spurs, he got 27 points, 8 rebounds. Golden State Warriors, their main man, Stephen Curry, got 50 points, 6 assists, and you have Kawhi Leonard for Los Angeles Clippers, who actually won their game. They did 30. He did 30 points and 8 rebounds. Let's still look at how the result went down earlier today. Talking about the NBA regular results, Sacramento Kings got 117 against Chicago Bulls, 114, and the same Houston Rockets got 114 to beat Los Angeles Lakers 110, where their main man fought out there. Talking about Los Angeles Reeves there. Well, you have Boston Celtics 104 against Minnesota Timberwolves. They won that game by 2 extra points to defeat Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas Mavericks 137 defeated San Antonio Spurs 128. Was a way to go for Dallas Mavericks there. They were really maverick. And you have Golden State Warriors, where Stephen Curry got 50 points, but it wasn't good enough as they lost that game against Los Angeles Clippers, where Kawhi Leonard got a lot of points there. Good one for Los Angeles Clippers. They won 134 against Golden State Warriors 126. While LA Lakers and Golden State Warriors losing those games 110, 126 against 114 and 134. Just giving you updates concerning the NBA as it went down just earlier today for those that love the dunk and slam sport. Now we move away from the NBA. Let's talk about the Premier League. 2 matches were played yesterday. You have Brighton against Crystal Palace, and you also have Brentford defeating Southampton and St. Mary's. A good one for Brentford. Everton won't stop scoring, and you just have to appreciate the fact that Brighton, they were able to do well against Crystal Palace. Let's look at the result as it went down yesterday over there in England. Brighton pipped Crystal Palace by a lone goal, and you have Southampton and Brentford. Good one for Everton and the rest. Right now, from the way it is, big match and a good one for Brentford and Brighton, the Beast Club, as I call them. Let's look at this together. Brighton against Crystal Palace. I was expecting maybe Patrick Vieira would be able to do something with his team. Crystal Palace against Brighton, but it never happened. And for Southampton, Brentford also. Southampton seems to be condemned to relegation right now. So let's talk about Brighton first. Jide.
Okay, Brighton, since their former coach Potter, left, they've improved. They've been doing very well, and I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised that they defeated.
We have 2 types of Potter. Which
okay,
is it
Graham Potter.
What? Wait. Seriously? You have 2 types of Potter?
The other.
I should ask you. I don't know about Graham Potter.
Oh my goodness!
But of course, Patrick Vieira is. I think his mojo is not clicking right now with Crystal Palace. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just I just pray that he's able to pick up the pieces before the season goes up to avoid going down into the relegation zone. But Brighton, they've improved drastically, and I'm really surprised with they've been playing ever since the Potter left. Even though the Potter,
I was trying to remember Harry Potter.
Okay, so even though before he left, he was also doing well as well too. But then they've improved drastically beyond where he left them. But for Southampton and Brentford, they're a very interesting side. I think they're the one that defeated Liverpool.
Yes,
they defeated Chelsea.
Yes.
Too.
You see, so they're an interesting side, very very mobile side, and Southampton, of course. I don't know what is wrong. Maybe I don't know something's just wrong with the team right now. But for Brentford, they're an exciting side, and so I still see them always trying to struggle to see how they can get into the top 10 finally and everything, and see how probably they can challenge for honors, which is impossible anyway. But it's a good one for Brentford and Brighton.
Brighton. Well, Chris.
Well, for Crystal Palace, I think anytime Zaha is not playing, they are not playing. It's a pity, and the way it is going, if they can finish in the Premier League, I think it's still okay for them. For Southampton, it's a pity we have so many Nigerians there. If I'm not mistaken,
Aribo,
2 or 3 of them.
Paulo Nacho.
3 of them, and 3 of them are always sitting on the bench. You can imagine that shows us that we don't have a team in the national team. We don't have players in the Super Eagles. We are just deceiving ourselves. below average players. If they cannot make it even in Watford. What's the name of this guy that was in Watford before?
Dennis.
Yes. No. Our former captain. This Oyibo.
Okay.
Ekong was sitting on the bench in the championship before he left for Salah. Yes, to Italy. He shows the kind of. You look at Onuachu that was scoring goal in Belgium. Went to Southampton. The way it is going, I don't think they can survive it. They would definitely go down. And for Brentford, Tony, I don't know why people big teams are not going for him. Very fantastic player. I love watching Brentford because of him. It's just a pity yesterday it was Champions League. I couldn't watch EPL. But I love watching that guy. Very, very intelligent player. He knows what to do at every point in time. I'll be surprised if they still leave him in Brentford next season.
We're talking about Brentford versus Southampton. They are a match that ended in favor of Brentford. The visiting team, they were able to do it at St. Mary's. And you also have Brighton. They won that game against Crystal Palace. A big one. Still taking a cue from Chris there. That's for Southampton Nigerian players, Aribo, Onuachu. It was like right now, it's as if it's a wrong move for Onuachu for not getting it right since he moved away from Genk there. Well, right now, let's look at how the table is standing after those two games were played yesterday. Well, you look at Brentford and Brighton, they're really doing the marriage there. You have them 7th and 8th on the log, 42 points, 41 points. You look at Brighton having 25 matches, 26 for Brentford, 15 goal difference, and you have 9 for Brentford. Good one for the two teams. I call them the B teams. Really fighting hard behind Liverpool, ahead of Fulham, and also Chelsea. Good one for them. And now if you flip it to the other side, you have the likes of Crystal Palace standing 12 despite losing that game. They have a 27 point minus 13 goal difference. You look at Southampton, condemned to relegate this season if they are not careful, although there's still hope if they can pick up the pieces from here. They played 27 matches, minus 23 goal difference, and you have 22 points behind Leeds United, just 1 point ahead of them. So from 12 to 20, it's still not safe. If you look at this table, Chris.
Yes, that is even we are also experiencing in Nigerian league. That is what how it should be. There should be competition. It shouldn't be the other way around. I think it's a good one. It will make them to sit up, to start fighting till the end of the season, and that is what makes the league to be more interesting when you are fighting to the end. So is the fittest that will how do they put it, the fittest that will win the race the way it is going. Even Southampton, they can still escape. It's just a matter of them.
If they pick up from where they actually are right now, they can still make it.
Dennis is also in Southampton. It's just for them to lift their game. They actually spend.
Dennis is in Nottingham Forest with Taiwo.
Oh yes. I made a mistake. Mistaking for Nottingham. Even Nottingham Forest, they are not safe. Leicester City. We have many Nigerians in most of these clubs that are struggling. From Crystal Palace, forget that they've not played for Nigeria. They have Nigeria descent. From 12th to the last, we have so many Nigerians there.
Even Crystal Palace is not even safe.
That's what I'm saying.
They can
it's also 27, between 27 and 22, it's 5 points.
And you have Nottingham Forest, Everton, Leicester, Southampton, about nearly 6 or 7 Nigerians are in those clubs.
So any of them can relegate.
Yes,
I'm talking about Nigerians. We have Everton, of course, we will be. Somehow is one of the most interesting players in the league. He plays in week out, week in, week out. For Everton. It's one of
90 minutes.
For one of the few Nigerians who plays regularly for his club. But unfortunately, he has not been able to lead his team out of this. But to me, they are still in the relegation zone. Even though they are on 25.
They are not at all.
So they are still
but anybody
can
winning.
Yes.
You can see they've even played 27 matches compared to others under them that have played 26. So they are not safe at all.
Not safe at all. They are coming from Jide and Chris. We've been talking about the EPL. The battle is still on. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Right now, those clubs will have to fight at the likes of Southampton up to Crystal Palace if they are to escape relegation from 12 to 20. Right now, we talk about in Nigeria. Let's look at the Europa Conference League that happened between Istanbul Basaksehir and KAA Ghent, where Gift Orban was actually the hero. He did so well. Let's look at that story story. Europa League, Europa Conference League there, quickly, where Gift Orban really did well playing for that club. He scores a trick for Ghent in that particular encounter. Well, good one for Gift Orban. A lot of Nigerians are looking at him for what he has done so far. Last time he scored 4, and this one he actually got 3. 7 goals in 2 matches. You just can't take that away from the young Nigerian Gift Emmanuel Orban, taking a goal as if it's so easy to score. Well, right now, he has done well for his team. Let's look at that story. European Conference League, Gift Orban scores a trick for Ghent against Başakşehir. Well, as we're looking at that, Jide, you look at him for what he has done so far in this competition. It seems he has really arrived, one way or the other.
Yeah, I like his passion and his hunger for the game. He's not relaxed and everything. I don't know why this kind of player is not playing for the Super Eagles or for the national team, because this is a very hungry player. He puts his life, his soul, his body, just like Osimhen does for Napoli. This guy also does the same thing for his team. So I wonder why the head coaches or the scouting crew of the national team.
They have.
Of course, whoever is in charge, I have not beamed that searchlight on this young guy. He's passionate, and I think, and I love the way. I just pray that a bigger club comes along the way to pick him up. But then the problem is that if a bigger club comes, he might not even get that space to even play. It's very possible. But as it stands right now, I just hope that the national team can call him up on board and see how they can give that gift of play for the Super Eagles, because we need these kind of players, hungry players who are determined to get the goals for that club. We see the way he runs around, he gets the ball.
The guy really reminds me of how Obafemi Martins broke out when he was in Inter Milan. He just broke out, and attention has been on him.
Before he went to Inter Milan.
Reggiana.
Before he went, he was somewhere before.
Reggiana.
Yes, yeah, that was where he was discovered.
But Inter Milan, actually, it was when he got to Inter, and he blossomed.
It's a bigger club.
Yeah, it blossomed. Just the way
maybe that's what they are waiting
the
for.
way it is for Gift Orban. A lot of people never knew anything. At least they don't know anything about him until this Europa Conference League brought him out, and
yes,
like
that was what I wanted to say. If not.
Okay, go on. So now that the league has brought him out, so the conference has brought him out, so it's now left for us now to say how we can push him. Now the job now is not for us with the media men to say how we can push this guy now to see the Super Eagles. I want this kind of players in the Super Eagles.
Hungry players,
actually.
There are actually so many Orban or Osimhen, both in Nigeria here and over there. It's just a pity that I'm sorry to say this, our coaches are lazy. Lazy in the sense that I remember when Genetro was there, he would just come back from Germany and select players. Sometimes they select players for him.
Of course they do.
Even the journalists, they do the job for him. He doesn't. Ordinarily, I was expecting somebody like him. You have a cable. Scout your players by yourself. Go to all this if you cannot travel. And it's not a must, you must travel. You can go to Nigerian leagues. There are so many players. Very wonderful player. I'm talking from experience. Even as I speak now, one of the coaches in the yes. So I've seen so many players just for us to nurture them. I remember when CSI was Super Eagles coach, he would stay back at home over the week between Monday and Wednesday or so. He would scout for local players and groom them. The same thing with late Keshi, and we were able to discover the likes of Mba and others. So all these foreign coaches, as far as I'm concerned, they are not offering us anything. They are taking more than what they are offering. They are collecting our money. They are not doing anything. What they do is they will come back home and come and select already made players. Like this guy now, if not for the conference league, I don't think nobody will have discovered him. And we have so many of him, so many of this kind of players everywhere. It's just for you to scout them out. But you see, all these coaches, they will just come and they'll just sometimes and the NFF that even let them out.
And then the big shots, of course, this player is my player, put him on board.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
The reason why some of them don't also do well when they come to the national team, they don't play. They don't have the quality of players in the club in our national team. So that's why you see some of them struggle. Yes, I remember Apo Borie struggled in the national team. Why? Because they don't want to play with him. They don't like him as a person, and that is what is affecting our national team. It's either they don't like you, they don't like your face, or they don't like where you are coming from, or the style of play. The coach look at Onuachu. Week in, week out, when he was in Belgium, he scores goal. But when it comes to the national team, because they don't play to his strength. You have to play to the player's strength. Where is his strength? In the air. He's taller than any other person. Play the ball in the air for him. because tall people are always sluggish on the ground. But when you put it in the air, you get the best of him. But when you watch the Super Eagles, you discover that they don't play the ball in the air. They want him to play on the ground. And that is his weak point. So, and now he has chosen a wrong decision by going to Southampton. You know that this club is going down. You think you are the Messiah that can deliver them. No, the club is already going. I was expecting him to go to a better club. But the way it is now, they have to struggle. And the Urban, I'm saying this because of Urban. If he's moving, he should think well before going to any club. Not that you go and relegate with a club and be struggling over there.
A big one coming from Chris there. We just have to look at our players. Right now, they need to get the right club. And if they are playing well there, when they come back home, they should also take good care of themselves. Well, from there, let's talk about the UEFA Champions League. Big one yesterday. Osimhen won't stop scoring. He's right now one of the hottest players on earth right now. Well, let's look at that story. UCL, Osimhen net brace as Napoli beat Frankfurt 3-0. Right now, they did so well, silencing Eintracht Frankfurt from Germany. Victor Osimhen, another star over there in Europe.
You know, for Osimhen, the only person that can rival Osimhen is that beast we call Haaland.
Haaland, yeah.
That's the only player that can rival.
Rashford too is also trying.
That can rival. But Osimhen is just fantastic. He is a court hero in Napoli. They wear his jersey. Even his face mask. It's already a symbol now. You know, they paint everywhere. Osimhen, when he's playing, I've seen videos say Victor. All those chanting.
They even know how to pronounce his name.
They've given him the nickname. They've composed songs for him. So he's a court hero already in Napoli, in Italy as well too. So I'm glad that of course he did very well against Frankfurt. It's expected that every game he must score. It's just as if he must score every game. If he doesn't score in a particular game, that means, I don't know, maybe something's wrong that day, but every game he has to score a goal. And yes, they scored 2 goals.
Good one there right now. Let's quickly look at the result of the champions that went down just yesterday. Napoli, Eintracht Frankfurt, Real Madrid also play. But let's look at that result. Napoli did well, 3-0 against Eintracht Frankfurt. And you have Real Madrid against Liverpool. Well, we've been talking about Victor Osimhen. Let's start on it before we talk about Real Madrid, Liverpool. Osimhen right now, from the way he's going, Napoli, they are top of the table, 18 points ahead. Aside that, Champions League, they've also qualified right now for quarterfinals. It seems this year is really Osimhen's year.
Yes, I think there are some players that bring luck to you, apart from the playing football on the pitch. And I'm one of those persons that are not surprised with Osimhen's form. I was when I was doing my IT with NFF, they actually pushed me to under 17 and under 20, and I saw Osimhen. It was Dorian Munike. They actually stationed a coach to him, one coach to Osimhen alone. Anytime Osimhen is going off the radar, if he's going offside, they will call him back. Osimhen, you're offside. So they were able to manage him very well. I've been praying for him to control his anger. I know he was going to be this great because I was in the camp with him. The guy is a fantastic player, so I'm not surprised with what he's doing. Then for
let's talk about Real Madrid, Liverpool. 1-0 yesterday, 1-0, and if you add it together, first leg was 5-2, and that means 6-2 in aggregate.
If there's any club I want to commend in the whole world, it's Liverpool and Arsenal. They've actually tried for Jurgen Klopp. If we were to be Chelsea, Madrid, they will have sacked him long ago, but they still kept faith with this man, even though they are not doing well. Because ordinarily, when a coach is not doing well, he's supposed to, if I were to be in his shoe, I would step down honorably. It shows that I'm short of ideas. Then maybe I will now go for a refresher course or just take a break. But Jurgen Klopp, because of his love for that club, he doesn't want to. And the management cannot afford to sack him. It will look as if they are ingrate because of what he has done. But ordinarily, that was what I was expecting him to do. So, playing Liverpool, you know, when they play Barcelona, it was last season when they came back from
that was like two seasons ago.
When people were bringing up against Madrid, I say it's not possible. Madrid, they can't do it again. Madrid is a better team when it comes to Champions League. So I wasn't surprised that Madrid is scale 3. And funny enough, just one Madrid will have, if they have crashed out, there won't be any Spanish team,
of course,
in the quarterfinal, and that will have been the first time, if I'm not mistaken, for a long time. But because with Madrid there now, they are the only one with 3 Italian teams with 2.
And we'll be looking at that
team.
anyway. Let's hear from Jide concerning this game. I know you are a Madridista.
You just tell me congrats first.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Oh, he's a Madridista. But he's not wearing white. I've not come across him with white before.
He's a Madridista.
I don't believe that.
So congratulations.
No, yesterday's game was a very beautiful game, even though both teams they didn't play too well to their strengths. But I saw Liverpool trying to, of course, they over trying to beat, to come back from comeback. Anything can come back from 3 goals down. It's very possible.
But not this season.
But not this season. But not against Madrid anyway. Yeah. But Madrid always do. They always do it. Yeah. But not do it against Madrid. So, Salah tried his best. Nunes. But one thing I saw was that Klopp made a mistake yesterday by removing Nunes. Nunes was a thorn in the flesh for Madrid defense actually. But he should have left Nunes to continue to do what he was doing. But Klopp saw something else. But then Vinicius was the player. Vinicius was the player that that killed the game for Liverpool, and Benzema, he missed some chances as well too, but then he got the goals. Well,
let's quickly look at the 8th finalists right now. Those teams are qualified after playing all those games. The UEFA Champions League, you have Manchester City from England, Chelsea, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Napoli, Benfica, Bayern Munich, and you have Real Madrid. The only team from Spain now, you have 2 from England, 3 from Italy, 1 from Portugal, 1 from Germany, and 1 from Spain. It seems football right now is in Italy. AC Milan, Inter, Napoli. The draw will be conducted on Friday. We wait to see who will be playing Man City or Chelsea or Inter Milan. Well, good one there. I will quickly wrap it up. Jide, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
And also Chris Onopego.
Wonderful to be here to see this wonderful studio once again. I think what is remaining for you guys is just the radio station.
Oh my goodness.
You have gotten everything.
That one is there. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on the show. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.